Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
What's up guys, how's it going? My name is Tim3LPs and welcome to a Pokémon Showdown battle. So I was in Showdown the other day and I decided to make a team that I actually want to use in my Pokemon X file. So I came to this, I made some adjustments to the team after this was recorded, but I decided to get some battles in. And this was, I think, the second or third battle that I found, and I thought it was a really good one. So I decided to record it, and I'll explain my team really quick. It's basically built around Mega Tyranitar, and it's obviously a sand team. It has only two things that are not affected by Sandstorm. But I wanted to make it very hyper offense because there's a lot of new threats, especially Fairy type. And when I played OU, I've seen many people use it, so I wanted to get a lot of Pokemon that can actually counter that, including Aegislash and Scissor. But yeah, my team is very offensive. Talonflame, of course, Flying Gem, everything, Greninja. It's basically just all-out offense, nothing really defensive apart from Tyranitar. That has a bit of HP investment because it doesn't have too much speed, and it's kind of a waste to invest into that. But yeah, looking at my opponent's team, it's kind of solid as well, seeing that he has Chansey, Skarmory, and Ferrothorn. But yeah, those are kind of some of the teams, and let's see how the battle went. So I'm just going to lead off with my Scissor, predicting his Ferrothorn lead. He could have also led with the Skarmory, but if that was the case, I could have just U-turned out into Pokemon that will be able to take that on. So I go for the Superpower as he sets up the Stealth Rocks. Does a lot of damage, and it looks like a safe kill from a Scissor, but he goes for the Protect, and then switches out into his Skarmory to take that, and it takes it very nicely. And my Scissor is very vulnerable now, so I decided just to go straight into my Talonflame because I know that's the only thing that can really rack up some heavy damage against this. And I go for a Flare Blitz here as he switches into his Chansey, and Chansey actually takes this relatively well. So here I decided to go for an Acrobatics because it didn't want to die from the recoil, and with a Flying Gem that does quite a lot. But here I should have gone for the SD on his Protect because it was pretty obvious that he was going to Protect. But I didn't want to like over predict or anything. He might have gone for the Seismic Toss there, but if he had actually carried it. But now I'm going to go for the Flare Blitz because I know I'm going to die to the Toxic as he goes for the way. So the Protect was so painfully obvious here that I'm actually going to make the good play here and go for the Swords Dance. And then next turn I can knock him out with the Sacred Sword, I think. But he switches back into his Skarmory. And this match was pretty much a war between Skarmory and Aegislash. So here it goes for the Roost, and I go for another SD. And if I went for the Sacred Sword there, that would have been super effective, but I didn't, sadly. So now my Sacred Sword does a lot of damage as he whirlwinds me out into my Greninja. And my Greninja cannot touch that thing if it roosts up on this turn. But it switches out into his Chansey, and that takes the Hydro Pump just really well, of course. So I go for the U-turn to just get some damage up before I switch out, and I switch out into my Aegislash again, and here it goes for the Toxic, which obviously fails. I thought I could go for a free Swords Dance here, as he wishes, and now I thought he would go for a Protect, but he turns out to go into his Skarmory to patch the Whis off. So I go for another Swords Dance, and then Sacred Sword, and then basically the same scenario goes again. I could get Whirlwinded out into my Excadrill this time, and I think I might be able to take it out with a Rock Slide, but he makes the odd switch into Dragonite, and I think, oh, that's fine, I can just 2-hit KO you then with a Rock Slide, because Excadrill is so powerful, even with Multi-Skill, it does 75%. But then Latios comes in and just kills me with the Surf, kinda sad, but oh well. And yeah, he Revenge kills me as I go into my Scissor now to go for a U-turn or Pursuit Trap it if I really want to. And I decided to Pursuit Trap it just because I don't want it to do anything else, and it is a safe kill. And then he switches into his Politoed, and I figured I would die to the Stealth Rocks, so I wanted just to go for a little bit of extra damage and go for another Pursuit because I was banded. And now I get a free switch into my Tyranitar to go ahead and Mega Evolve, which is awesome, as he misses the Hypnosis. I miss a Stone Edge, which is okay, but here I miss his second Stone Edge, and he hits the Hypnosis, so that kind of sucked for me, but I was okay with it. I mean, it could have been worse. Well, actually, not really, but oh well. So he goes for the Parashong here, and I wanted to just try and wake up so badly. So the first turn I don't wake up, and as he switches into his Chansey, I actually do wake up, go for the Earthquake, deal 23%, which kills him, which is awesome. Now I'm perishing too though, so gotta get out of here soon. So as a roost, I decided to go for a Stone Edge because it will be normally effective, but of course because of the roost he loses his flying type, and it was not very effective. So now the Perish is coming next turn, and I switch out into my Greninja, just because that was really the only safe switch into it. I needed a free switch into my Aegislash to deal with this, but I can go back into my T-Tar now, and get the sand up, go for a Crunch. I think I do this turn, yeah, and he goes for the Brave Bird, which is kind of an odd play because it wouldn't do anything. And yeah, I go for the Crunch, get the defense drop, which is really important because now I can kill him with another one. So he has to switch out into our Ferrothorn to let that die. Now he only has Politoed and Skarmory. So now he switches into Politoed to get up there, and I just go for another Crunch, get the defense drop again, which is really important. And he takes me out with the Scald, and I only have my my Aegislash left. So I think, oh well, I lost this battle. But here is a big greed. He goes for the Parashong to be cool, like taking me out. But we'll see how that turns out. So here I thought he would have Protect if he had Parashong. So I went for an SD here, and that turns out to go exactly as planned. So now I can take the Politoed out with the Shadow Sneak. He probably should have gone for a second Protect here, because he knew he was going to die. So now I pair his next turn, and he only has the Skarmory left, and as he roosts up, I get to kill him with a super effective Sacred Sword. So that was the battle, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.